Hi everybody, and welcome back to Step by Step and to part 2 of my table that I'm refinishing. And wow, what a journey this is. I'll remind you again that I'm an artistry furniture painter. So if you're looking for a sanding tutorial, this isn't the best one, but I do have one I can recommend to you. So you're more here for moral support along my journey, and this is a really good what not to do video. Before I beat myself up too much, I think that part of the problem with this table is just some stains that I'm going to encounter. Now, I have sped up this video. I'm not sanding that fast. So first of all, I did want to tell you that I really appreciate your comments. So Janet L., she commented on my step 1 video and said that she was confident that I was going to pull it together. Thank you, Janet. That kept me going all week long. Also, I will tell you that I did make some progress here, although it may not seem like it when we get to the end. Not to be a spoiler alert, but Transcend Furniture Gallery is a YouTube furniture refinisher here. She has a YouTube channel, and she did an excellent video on sanding. And I will be putting that link in my description box. And I may even put that on the end screen for you too, because I did learn a lot. So keep that in mind as we move along. So just so you know, what I did was I went to square one. I went back to an 80 grit sandpaper, and I followed the advice in the video from Transcend Furniture Gallery. I learned that I should not apply too much pressure and let the orbital sander do its work. So every time I tried to go in circles, and again, I sped up this video so you wouldn't have to watch endless amounts of footage of sanding, but you know, it's true though, letting the sander do the work really helped. So I went and did the 80 grit, then the 120, and then the 220. So that was what I did, and I'm going to super speed up the rest. Okay, so here I am cleaning the sanding dust off of the piece. I know the finish is uneven, but I'm going to try one more time to put some stain on it and see if it doesn't even that out now that I think I've gotten a little farther with the surface of the piece. So I mix up my stain since it's kind of pooled a little bit of oil on the top, and I begin. Again, I decide to apply a little stain to the spots that got really light in my sanding. I really did sand for a long time, like for hours. It's hard to believe. You may think I should have gone to a stripper in the very beginning, but I did want to experiment with this. This is not my normal wheelhouse. Again, I'm an artistry furniture painter, so working with the sander and the stain and the stripper is just not part of my everyday furniture painting skills set. So this is a learning experience, and I hope you are learning from it too. And it was experimental because I did want to, as I told you in the first video, I also had never used the gel stain, the Dixie Belle's No Pain gel stain. And I had heard a lot of good stories about, people being able to use it on finishes that were not completely taken back to the raw wood. So this is experimental. So every time I finish a coat of stain, it looks pretty good until it sits and dries and I return to it. So I did rub the stain in and then let it dry. It is an oil-based stain, so it does take a couple days to fully absorb and dry. Also remember that I used silk on the bottom. I used white cap, and I'm coming back in and doing another little scuff sand in between coats to put a second coat on there. I guess I was a little anxious and didn't film applying the stripper. I used Clean Strip brand stripper. It's a 15-minute formula. And I used a plastic scraper to scrape off the stain. I'm feeling encouraged, but that's kind of short-lived. Also, I did get some stain on my nice white bottom, so lesson learned, mask that off when you're doing that. And I watch these videos and you would think I would know better. Again, this is a learn from my mistake video, but that's an easy fix and the least of my worries. So it looks like it's coming off pretty well, and again, I'm encouraged at this stage of the game. And when that's done, I come back in with Jasco's odorless mineral spirits and wipe all that in and let that soak in. So I'm kind of scrubbing it in, and I see it removing a little bit more of the stripper and the stain. But as you see, I'm still seeing those black stains. So believe it or not, I try one more time to stain it and to see what results that I get from it after I sand it. I also tried applying some bleach to it, to the dark spots. I read up on that. I've seen people bleach furniture before, but I honestly didn't really pay much attention. I thought they were bleaching an entire surface, which they have done, but my goal here was to bleach these stains. So that's what I did. I tried doing some bleach on there after I did a sanding. So you can see I got a lot of stain off. I guess I probably should have put another coat of stripper on and done that all over again. I know a lot of you may be in horror here thinking of what all the things that I should have done. But again, I'm experimenting and I'm trying to take it back. I didn't want to take it back the whole way, but at this point I should have. So So here's the Reader's Digest part of my story. I stained it again, and then I sanded it again. And believe it or not, I'm going to try one more coat of stain before I go on to my next move. I never intended this to be a part 3, but it's going to be a part 3 because this story isn't done. I'm not quite done with this table. I also told you about chairs. They're a project in themselves. They require some rebuilding. That I can handle a little bit better. And they're definitely getting painted the base of the same color as the base of the table. So I also have some projects coming up on deck. And there's a sneak peek of next week's Halloween challenge. Plus, I have a business to run. We did a little vintage forge delivery this week and still getting a little better every day from COVID. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, how about giving it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends? If you haven't subscribed, you'll want to do that so you don't miss anything. Visit us at lavintagedecor.company, and on Instagram we're LaVintageDecor, and on Facebook we're LaVintageDecor Altoona. Stay well.